As you all are aware that language is very important. How is language development promoted in hearing and deaf children? When a hearing child is born in hearing family and he or she may perceive language with their sense of hearing and receive input of everything from their environment, such as how to use words, forming sentences, asking questions, and so on. By simply getting the language input, the child further starts expressing in that spoken language. Similarly, a deaf child receives language input visually and acquires the intricacies of sign language, and hence this input helps them in expressing in sign language. That is how language input is necessary. Now, I will share some points related to language input. First is LAD, language acquisition device. What does it mean? Let me explain it. It is a hypothetical tool in the human brain that lets children learn and understand language quickly. A hearing child is born, he or she acquires so many things from their hearing parents, environment, and then express with the use of language. Same with the deaf child, he or she acquires various things through their visual receptive skills and then give expression in sign language. The LAD is a structure in the brain that infants are born with. LAD is activated through language input to generate language. Second, lack of language input create problem in natural language acquisition. It causes language delay. It is very important to provide language in early years for proper language development. Third, 3 E's of language input are experience, environment, and exposure. I will explain them to you. Experience. When a child grows up, then he or she visits various places and see new things in their surroundings, such as tree, animals, and so on. From there, they start taking language input experience. Environment. When we get into the hearing environment, from there we get various exposure through hearing receptive skills, such as how to communicate, discuss, arguments, and acquire the language from there. In the same way, deaf people at different places have their own jokes, point of views, political discussions. From there, they get the input of new language vocabulary. Exposure. Hearing children get exposure of spoken language through hearing people around, whereas deaf children get exposure of sign language. After getting language input exposure, they start expressing as well. In this way, the 3 E's of language input are crucial for language development. Fourth, language stimulation. What is it? Let me explain that. When a child tries to put his or her finger in the power socket, then their parents start telling that if you will do so, it might harm you. You have to be more careful from it. Language stimulation is a set of procedures that a parent can perform to promote a child's language comprehension. While having chapati, sometimes child bite his or her hand. Then parents give advice to the child that no, it can hurt you. You can eat like this. Then child acquire these learning and start implementing. If he or she do again, then they can recall easily that it can harm them. Language stimulation happen when adults use language to respond to child's communication attempts and engage them in extended interaction and conversation. Fifth, opportunity to use language. What is it? I will explain it with an example. When a child starts growing up, he or she go outside with his or her parents to see cow. The child may ask what is it? Then their parents start explaining to their child. By this way, the child gets lot of language exposure from his or her parents. And after getting the language input, the child may recognize and it becomes easy for child's language development. Sixth, Creation of need to use language. Do you think that language is limited? Not at all. Language is vast and through it unlimited sentences can be formed and various ideas can be expressed. Language input helps in getting the child to use language. Seventh, feedback and reinforcement. I will tell you how it is related to the language. When a hearing child starts to speak, sometimes the child may wrongly produce the sound. Then their mother corrects them that it is wrong and how to utter it correctly. Then the child listens to it carefully and corrects himself. Feedback helps in correction of words, sentences, and phrases which are pronounced wrongly, and reinforcement is a way to learn and remember whatever language input is being given. So when a child grew up, then they can do clear communication. In the same manner, for example, when a deaf child signs milk incorrectly, then the mother tells them, no, it's wrong, and this is the correct sign for milk. Through this, the child receives input and learns from their mistakes and later on can effectively communicate. Feedback and reinforcement are important part of language input. Eighth, self-monitoring and external monitoring means introspecting and checking the learnings. As an example, when we go outside in the society, we use different words during communication. But at that moment, someone may guide and monitor us. So by this, we get a lot of support from external world. So by the external input, we immediately start doing it and correcting ourselves.